The information in this video is provided for informational and educational purposes only. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Morale Monologue. My name is Michael Morale. Okay, so in today's video, I want to share some information with you that I think you'll find exciting. The company that I work for, Biogen News Incorporated, is the parent company for SMA News Today. And SMA News Today recently published an article about how Biogen Pharmaceuticals is working with a therapeutics company to come up with an easier way for those of us that are on Spinraza to receive our treatments. Right now, we get these treatments intrathecally, either through the back, the neck, or the side. And so a lot of people have been having problems receiving their treatments due to the inability for doctors to find an opening in your spinal canal to inject the Spinraza or nusinersen directly into the central nervous system. So SMA News Today did an article about a therapeutics company called Alcyone, and Alcyone is working with Biogen to come up with an implantable device that would make it easier for us to receive our treatments. Now, most of you know that I recently just had a subcutaneous port put in. That way, if I have to go to the hospital and they have to give me an IV, they won't have to search for a large enough vein to put an IV in me because, let's face it, those of us with SMA have very small veins. So this procedure is very similar to the surgery that I had last year, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. But what I want to do is I want to read a few paragraphs from the article that was written by SMA News Today. I'm not going to read the entire article, just the highlights that I think are important to you so that you can talk to your family and, more importantly, talk to your doctors about this. I will list the entire article in the description of my video. So after watching my video, go down and click on the link, read the article for yourself, but also make sure that you share it with your doctors. Okay, so the first image that you're seeing on your screen, it talks about that Biogen is collaborating with Alcyone Therapeutics to develop an implantable medical device that more easily delivers antisense oligonucleotide therapies, also known as ASOs, to the spinal canals of people with certain neurological disorders. The two companies will collaborate on the development of the new system for delivering ASO therapies, with their initial efforts being focused on the administration of Spinraza, known as nusinersen, in people with SMA. Alcyone will remain solely responsible for manufacturing and marketing this product. Okay, so basically what they're talking about is a subcutaneous port, similar to what I have. Again, if I have to go into the hospital and if I need an IV, they can easily administer the IV through my port without having to hunt and peck, which we're all very used to, I'm sure. At least I am, and I'm sure y'all are as well. But this procedure that I went through was very, very simple. I was in no pain after the procedure. Now, they went directly from the port into my carotid artery. Now, this new procedure, if it's approved by the FDA or if it's approved for those of us in the US, it'll be a similar procedure. It'll probably be a little bit more involved because they're having to go directly into the central nervous system. So you might want to talk to your doctors about that. Okay, so the second paragraph that you're seeing on your screen talks about a quote that was given by the doctors. It says, quote, We are continually listening to the neuromuscular disease community and, whenever possible, adapting our work to meet their evolving needs for treatments and patient care, said Parai Singhal, which is the interim head of research and development at Biogen. Biogen looks forward to working with Alcyone to explore the potential of this device, which we believe will provide greater flexibility to people with spinal muscular atrophy and other neurological disorders, as well as their doctors, in making the right treatment decisions. Okay, so again, this is purely experimental right now, but at least they are working on it. So if you're having to go through your Spinraza treatments and you're having difficulty with this, this procedure might actually help you. Now, I did a video probably about 3 or 4 years ago, whenever we first started our Spinraza journeys together, that a few people were having laminectomies, which were openings that the doctors would create in the spinal canal for people that were having difficulty. Now, some of you may have had laminectomies, and if that's the case, then they should have no trouble implanting this subcutaneous device to deliver Spinraza directly to your central nervous system. Okay? Now, whether or not I choose to do that, right now, I'm still able to receive my Spinraza treatments without any problems. But for those of you that are having difficulties, it's definitely worth looking into. Okay, so the last thing that I want to show you is one more paragraph from the article. But don't forget, I have linked the entire article in the description. It goes on to state, the system involves a one-time surgery to implant a flexible tube or catheter in the intrathecal space. The catheter connects to a port that's implanted directly under the skin. That's where they get the subcutaneous, where the medication can be delivered, traveling through the tube into the spinal canal. So again, this is exciting news because we talked about it 3 or 4 years ago, but really nothing ever came from it. But now Biogen is teaming up with a therapeutics company to make this device possible for those of us that receive Spinraza treatments. So again, speak to your family, talk to your doctors, and ask them if an implantable device, a subcutaneous port, basically that's all it is, similar to what I have, ask them if that may be something that may be good for you. Some of you may not want it. Some of you may actually need it. So that's the reason why I'm doing my video. Hey, if you enjoyed this episode of the Morale Monologue, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the SMA News Today YouTube channel as well. We would greatly appreciate it. Remember, when you do subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified of any new videos that we produce. We at SMA News Today hope all of you have had a fantastic day. Do me a favor, this upcoming week, do something for yourself that's going to make you a better person. Until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.